Good evening, everybody. This is King Bob coming at you live from King Bob's Kingdom on a wonderful Saturday evening here. Or it could be the afternoon where you're at. Maybe it's the morning someplace. I don't really know. But I'm going to take the old 777-200ER from PMDG out for my shakedown flight. Going to be a short flight from Phoenix down to Tucson. I find this a good flight to get acquainted with any new aircraft I purchase. So get going. Today we're going to be flying from Phoenix using Beyond ATC. Look at the size of the 777-200 compared to those 73s over there. Back into the cockpit. Here we go. I'm going to be using a new, not a new, but flow I created to get this plane going. So EFB, let's get our flight details in. Let's get this plane started. So battery comes on. External and secondary external power comes on. And ADIRU. In-flight entertainment can come on along with the cabin utility. Emergency lights to arm. Cage that. Window heat can come on. Smoking to on. Seat belts to auto. Nav is on. And TCAS standby. Looking good so far. So far I'm enjoying the 777-200ER. It's a beautiful plane. Created some views for it. The engine and wing views. Pedestal view. I like this view for multiple different things, including checking out my route as the plane starts to fire up. Head back over. Weight and balance, we'll import that in from SimBrief. We will get our performance going also. We're taking off from 25 right. Import that from the aircraft. Import the weather. Calculate. We will use that in a bit. They got us flying at today. Let's take a look. Over, there we go. Brief dispatch, review. 19,000 seems high for this flight. But, now we could try it. Let's see what happens. Set our runway heading also. Start. $25 right. $258. Roll the heading down to 258. Okay. Excuse me. Go check out what our V2 speed is, 136, so we could roll that into the speed here. 136. Perfect, 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 perfect. Okay. Okay, so checking my flow that I came up with. I'm going to go down into the CDU and program that. So down to the CDU, FMC. Clear out that. We've got a pause in it. Second page. Copy the GPS location down to the scratch pad. Back to the first page and plug it in. This is optional, but I'm going to do it anyways. A Phoenix for the reference airport. I don't know what gate we're at. See from here, I guess we're C16. Let's put that in also. C16 into the gate. Route. Request it. Sim brief. Set payload. Set fuel. Clear those two. Select route. Gonna request it. We should hear a chime. Once it comes back. Here's the chime. Click load. And we wait. We should see it say activate here. Perfect. Clear the descent forecast, and we can clear that. We clear that. Click on activate. And like all good Boeing planes, you gotta execute it. Anytime you see this white light, click execute. Beauteous. Alright, back up to my flow here. Perfinite is next. We're going to accept. Double click 0 fuel weight. 372.2, which should line up with that. Perfect. Yeah, I thought that cruise altitude was going to be too high. Let's cruise at 12,000. But it wouldn't be a flight level. It's below 18,000, so let's clear that. Clear that. 2120. 12,000. Perfect. Okay, so now we want to grab some wind data. We go to legs, route data, load the wind data. Execute. Departure and arrival. Take a look at our sim brief dispatch. 25R. 5R. Storm 1 did. No transition, so we can execute that. Arrival 12 ILS 2. We can go 6 for the star. Looks good, so we can execute that also. Perfect. So we could close this. Take a look at the route. Switch it over to plan mode. Just step through it. Here it looks fine. Our top of descent. I think we got some vectors. After Mava. Okay, no worries. We can make that work. That looks good. Once you take us down to... Well, what is it doing here? Oh, I guess that's the missed approach. Yeah, okay, that is. Okay, no worries. So, roll that back out, come down to 10. Good, we'll make it work, like I said, because we're professional. That's what we do. We make it work. Gonna have a sip of nice adult beverage. Tonight's stream is sponsored, not really, but Jersey Cyclone Brewing. Clarity is the name of the beer. It's a Helles lager. It's delicious. Yum. Okay. Back down. Sorry, just looking at my flow that I created for myself. Over to takeoff. Let's pull up. Oh, there's a little click spot over here. We can move the EFB over. Use this. There we go with that cool ghost hand. Go to our performance page. And we want flaps 5. Click on CG here, 25.3. Thrust limitation put in the cell temp, which is 49. And back over to takeoff. We'll accept our V1, our V rotate, and our V2 speeds of 146, so we could change this up to 146 since that's our real 2 speed, like so. Get set up the MCP, which we already did. We're gonna roll our altitude back down to 12,000 because we changed it, like so. Take the EFB and pin it back over to its normal spot like that. Click on the VNav page. Forecast. Load. That'll give us our winds at altitude. Beautiful. Set auto brake to RTO. Back up to the MCP. Flight directors can come on. LNAV and VNAV can come on. think we're ready to push and start. So back up top, we will get our APU going. Turn on our fuel pumps. Let's go monitor the APU. That is, where is that again? No. Engine? No. I forget. Electric? Yep. There's the APU gen full, so we will wait till we see APU running here, then we'll continue on. This is a pretty short flight. Flight time today is only airtime's only 24 minutes, blocks 52. Very short flight. But it's good enough to learn the aircraft. Haven't flown Boeing in a while, so now we can see our APU is running, so we can come back up top. We can turn off the external power. Over to the EFB, ground operations. We can release ground power. We're going to remove chocks. Up top, beacon can come on. Let's get push and start from PSX. Perfect. Worries about these other warnings right now because engines aren't started yet, so makes sense what we're seeing right there. Couple Southwests behind us there. Taxiing out to 25 right. You know what? Well, set up the fix rings. KTUS. Do a /15 /10 and a /6. These will tell me you know, gives me guidance on when to put down flaps and to start slowing the plane down. Pull up the legs page there. We'll come over here. Progress. We're going to want nose right. Okay, well, since this is the Rolls-Royce version, we can start both engines at the same time. So over to the up to the overhead. Start the left. Speed of fuel. Start the right. Speed of fuel. Okay, we'll will start to come alive. Wing walker out there. Another over there. Once both engines stabilize, I will continue the flow up top. Basically turning off the autopilot and getting the hydraulics going and making sure everything looks cool up there. Like engine 1's pretty much stabilized, or the left engine is stabilized, right should be stabilizing any second now. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. Over to the doors. These are all closed. Arm all. Our electronic flight bag. The route. Parking brakes are set. Now we can go back up top. Basically, we want to turn the APU off since the engines are started. And there's a sequence here, so it's R right electric auto, elect C1 and C2 to on. That should extinguish those lights. Left electric to auto. And then air C1 and C2, lights extinguished. That's all looking good. All the amber lights have been extinguished. Once she gives me the go-ahead, we'll continue on with our flow. Like we're good to go, so let's set the trim. So if we come down to here and we go to trim is 6.25. Nose up down to 6.25. There is 0.75. There's 6, just about, and 6.25 should be right there. Flaps can come down to 5. Southwest waiting for me back there on the Frontier. Flaps are coming down. Transponder to TA only. Extinguishes the light. Up top, taxi lights can come on. Now we can taxi out to the runway. Give a little juice. It's a real short taxi, so. I'm really digging this 777. I dig the Boeing stuff in general. Love flying the buses, but Boeing's a whole different beast. Kind of enjoy it. 737 more so, but not quite out yet for 24. Soon, hopefully. Actually, soon's probably going to be summertime. I will come up to the hold short line here. That's where the 73 back there is impatient. Okay. On the brakes, landing lights can come on. Strobes can come on. And let's look up tops. Looks good. Do a recall. Nothing on ECAS? ICAS? I forget what this is called. I gotta learn it. Okay, let's rock and roll. Out to the runway we taxi. Line up with center line. That's basically telling us our checklists are incomplete. And the cabin is ready. That was that other chime. Don't care about the checklists. How'd we do lining up? Not bad. Not horrible, or not great though. Okay, so 777. On the brakes. Spool to 40% and 1. And then hit toga and take off. So let's do it. Actually, let's get the... Oh, not what I wanted to do. I think I just went into auto cruise, which we don't want. Let's turn that off. Perfect. It's such a short flight anyway, so I don't know which one of these actually starts. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so let's spool up to 40%. Should be right about... That's more like 50, so let's back it off. Good enough. A little forward pressure on the yoke. Feet off the brakes. Toga. Try to maintain center line. .80 knots. There's V1 and rotate. And we're away. Positive rate gear can come up. Flaps to 1. I'll hand fly it a little bit. Follow the flight directors as best we can. Taxi lights could come off. Hate when that happens. Recenter, please. There we go. Flaps can come up. And we'll throw on autopilot. And we're off. Those Rolls Royces sound good. Like the wing flex out there too. Look at how horrible 24 looks. Cracks me up when I hear people saying 24 is cartoony or it looks worse than 20. Yeah. Okay. Have another beer. Let's see where we're at. Coming up through 8,000. There's 9,000. We are at 10,000, so we can, landing lights can come off. Seat belts can come off. And we cruise. Chase plane, please come out for 24 sometime this century. Oh, parallel 42, I don't know what you're waiting for. Can't believe how absolutely disgusting 24 looks in comparison to 20. Notice something? No yellow haze or yellow tint. That alone makes this look, in my humble opinion, so much better than 20. Alright, coming up to our cruise of 12,000. Get back and relax. See how far we got to top of descent. Fifty miles or so. So, go to our charts. Bible. 12. 799. We want 7,000. No, well, 4,600. Let's roll this down to 4,600. Perfect. What do we say? Minimums were $27.99. Good thing for that. That would take a long time to scroll through that. $57.99. We are all set up for our approach. just about 40 miles out. Nice thing about the Boeing is that it'll descend by itself. You don't have to initiate it like you do in the bus, in the Airbuses. If it's a TOD, it's going to go down. The other thing I want to check is our 111.7. 111.7 ITUS. Runway heading a 126. Yep, that's good. Perfect. A little engine wobble there. I like it. Nice wing flex. Yeah, 24 sucks. Take a look at our approach. It's pretty straightforward. POSIB is where we should catch the glide slope. Just gonna have to work our way to it. The legs. From Mava, we will vector ourselves to POSIB. There's top of descent. Up 30 miles away. So bumpy up here. That wind's going to kind of be in our favor. About 8 knots from 117. We should be landing almost right into it, so that excuse me, that's a good thing. One thing I forgot to do. Yeah. Track it via Volanta, but oh well. You know, I'm gonna do it anyways. Get the Volanta going. Keep my streak alive. Coming up on 20 miles out to top of descent. Okay, this is going to be new to me, lowering this plane down. So we can use auto throttle for the landing, but actually we'll be using auto throttle the whole way, but we have to control our speeds basically. That's why I set up those range rings. So basically 15 miles out, we're going to go flaps 1 and 5, slow down to the 1 and 5 speed. 10 miles out, flaps 15. To the 15 speed, and I'll show you what that means once we get there. And then about 6 miles out, flaps 20, then to 30, down to VREF, and geared down. And hopefully have a smooth landing in Tucson. Within 20 miles, yep. Top of this. Gonna go. Cabin. I didn't load up their GSX, and I'm not sure if GSX does passengers on the 777 yet. I'll have to take a look at that. First class, baby. Nice. Get back up front where all the action happens. Coming up on our top of descent, a little over 10 miles away. Yeah, 13 nautical miles. Oh, that's the other thing we got to do. Let's set our approach reference. We'll go laps 30, 127. Do that, and we're good to go. That's the other thing you should be doing in a Boeing too. You should be keeping track of your heading and setting it to what it should be. It's going to help, especially with these vectors coming up. Backwards, I gotta fix that. Hold on, 118 Mava is at the last place before we get the it is. I wonder if I can go straight to POSID. Guess we could try it. Hey, LLS, where's calls? Got on there any place. Oh, there it is. Alright, we just about the top of descent. We're heading down now. Take a sip of the liquid courage. Okay. Going to set up a heading like so, coming down through 1000. Let's prepare early, so let's get the seatbelts back on. Okay, we're going to start taking over the speeds here. Let's roll it down to our up speed. Slow it down. Speed brakes out. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go direct that. Yep. All about direct to calls. Like so. Below 10,000, landing lights can come on. Taxi lights can come on. Alright, we're down to our up speed. As we approach the 15-mile range ring, we will get ready to start dropping our flaps. Cabin is ready. Thank you back there. Gotta make sure we clear those mountains, huh? Ending nicely, pretty much on target. VNAV is working well. Now this is kind of new to me. I've heard that you have to, well, you should arm localizer first and then approach until it captures it, but I don't know if that's necessarily true or not, but read a lot of stuff on the interwebs. So this green banana is where it says we're going to hit our 4600s. Technically, we're going to be at it, and we should be at 5200, but I'm not worried about that. Like I said, this is my shakedown flight with this, so we're coming up on the 15 miles, so let's go down to flaps 1 and start slowing us down to flaps 1 speed. Speed brake to get us slow down. Dump it down to flaps 5.
2500.
Roll it down the speed down to flaps 5, or the 5 speed. What happens with the localizer. We will try to arm that first. At the 10 mile, we want to be flaps 15 and down to 15 speed. That's our DREF 127, I think it was. About 3 miles from that 10-mile range ring. So let's configure, alright, let's go down to flaps 15. Roll the speed down to flaps 15. Windy up here. Woof! Keep bouncing around. I see the airport right down in front of us too. Captured a localizer yet? Not quite. There we go. Localizer is captured, so now we can roll out to approach. Winds are favoring us. That's a good thing. Looking good, looking good, looking good. What is our go around? 4,000. Once we got glide slope, which we do, we will roll this to 4,000. For our go around altitude. Glide slope captured, localizer captured. We are about 8 miles from the runway. So I like to prepare early, so we're going to go down to flaps 20. Down to our VREF speed. Plus 5 is about 132. I think you do VREF plus 5. That I gotta look up. Everything is looking good. Look at that horrible scenery. Okay. Landing gear can come down. Flaps out to 30. Okay, we're good to go. Now it's up to me. Good luck. Arm my speed brakes. My plane. High, let's pull it back in. Don't care about the checklist. It's looking better, a little low, but be a little low and a little high. Got to get back on center line.
Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Continue or landing.
$100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Take that any day of the week. That's how you do it. Vacate. Lights can come up. Come to a stop. Are we over the Not quite clear of the runway, but that's good enough. Flaps are up. Landing lights can come off. Taxi lights are on. Get rid of this. Good landing. Go find ourselves a gate. Up to Southwest down there. Taxi in. I don't even. Oh, somebody just landed. Honestly, don't know if there is a gate big enough for a 777, but we're going to take one anyways. Start up the APU. It's a good flight. Short enough. You know, time-wise, but just long enough to get acquainted with everything. I have to say, with the Boeings, seems like there's a little bit more of a workload. I kind of like that. I do like it. I've always equated the Boeings to more like a manual transmission car as opposed to a Airbus, which is like automatic. But mostly because in the past flying the 7.3s, I mean, you're not relying on auto throttle down, so you're controlling the throttles. Basically, you know, go idle as you land. There's another guy coming down. Ooh, what the hell was that? Hey, easy there, Junior. That was funny. 777 is really good. I dig this American livery. It's very old school. And again, not like the 777-200ER is a new plane. We got anywhere to park over here? Hey there, buddy. Crawling here, let's get some speed. We'll go down maybe toward that Alaska Airlines. Take one of those gates. And look at the size of this thing. This Tucson's really not equipped for this plane, but anyways, gonna go into gate B4 here. Let's see if this X will allow us to do that. And we're going to do it anyways. That's new. This gate is definitely not meant for heavy. But we're going to make it work anyways. We knocked the guy off of the, or the female off of the ladder thing there. Want to get us a little bit closer? Close enough. All right. Parking brakes can come on. EPU should be started. Taxi lights can come off. Seat belts can come off. Engines can come off. We will commence deboarding. And that is it. We successfully, wish I would have had to replay that landing, successfully made it down to Tucson from Phoenix in the break-in flight, or the shakedown flight as I like to call it, for the PMDG 777-200ER, a fantastic plane. I'm gonna have fun with this one. This thing can do shorter flights, it can do longer flights, it can do just about everything still, and it's a monster. There's that little guy over there. I mean, look how, what's that, a CRJ? Not really sure what this is, but that thing is tiny compared to even the 7.3 over here. How small that is compared to the big old 777. But as GSX starts to unload, you know what? Let's see. I don't think I ever closed the cabin doors, or the didn't. That could have been a problem. That door should be closed. And there people are getting off the plane back there. Cool. And we're unloading. Oh, this is King Bob, and there's GSX in its finest right there. The levitating cargo container. Well, again, this is King Bob coming at you, or leaving you from King Bob's Kingdom this evening. Had a wonderful time, and look at, gotta love GSX. Oopsies. Well, once again, this is King Bob coming at you, or leaving you actually for the evening. If you enjoyed it, give me a like, maybe subscribe. If not, oh well. I'm going to keep doing it anyways because I love doing this. Everybody have a wonderful evening, morning, afternoon, whatever it may be, and I'll catch you again. Cheers.